Legs can be crossed, one ankle in front of the other, maybe ankle over ankle. You could be kneeling and you could even extend the legs out in front of you or find a diamond shape with the soles of the feet together. So go ahead, adjust, readjust, find comfort on your seat. I like to rock forward and back, side to side, and find the very base of my sitting bones, growing from there like roots of a tree, spiraling down in the earth and reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky. Find a broad space across your chest, drawing the shoulders back and down. Maybe the palms are face down. Perhaps the palms are face up. Perhaps you close the eyes or soften the gaze. And so today's practice will focus on twisting the body in various ways. Notice your natural breath. Maybe the slight rise and fall of the body as you breathe involuntarily. Maybe in the mind it is very chatty right now, and that's okay, it's perfectly normal. Perhaps you could kindly tell your mind, let's focus on this practice, let's focus on this movement and this breath together. And it may wander away, and again, very gently, you're like, hey, come back to this moment, this breath. Or it is a practice, not a perfect. Start off with a few cleansing breaths. Breathe deeply through the nose. Exhale, audible sigh. Again, big breath in. Exhale, open. And more of these cleansing breaths. Not only right now at the beginning of your practice, but throughout practice. Always following that intuitive self. Tapping into a deep breath. It looks a little bit different for all of us. So just breathe deeply in. Fully out through the nose, inhaling, and exhale. Taking the deepest breath that your body will allow you to at this moment, and equally exhaling. So you feel a little tightness in your abdomen, then that's your cue to inhale again. And as you slow down the breath, it calms the nervous system, elevates mental focus, so that you could concentrate and enjoy this breath, this moment. So as you breathe here, maybe you set an intention for your practice. What I like to do is I like to bring my hands to my heart, and I ask my heart, what is my intention today? Sometimes it's a color. Sometimes it is an inspirational phrase, but oftentimes it is just one word that I embody. So maybe that's love, perhaps that's patience, maybe it's strength. Whatever it is all your own. And then seal it with your breath, nice full breath in, to eventually equal full breath out. Good. Nice and tall through the spine. Flutter the eyes open. Good. Release the hands down towards the knees, or if you prefer, by your sides on the mat to keep the spine tall so that the breath can flow with ease through the body. Let's work through the muscles of the neck. Draw the chin into the chest. Roll the head towards the right shoulder. Chin back in. Roll to the left shoulder, creating a semicircle. Back into the chest. And continue that a few more times. Good, one more. Now maybe you move it into circles towards the right and around. Maybe you switch up the hands towards the knees if you wish. And the circles may be very small or they may be very large. Wherever they're at, they're good for you. Traveling one more circle in the same direction. And then as the chin comes in towards the sternum, take it in the opposite direction. Breathing in and breathing out. If you find yourself going another direction, please practice freedom of movement. Take care of you. Brilliant. Eventually the chin into the chest, elevated parallel to the earth. Now take your fingertips to your shoulder caps and begin to make circles up, back, and down with your elbows. Taking them again as wide as you like or as small as it feels good to you while you breathe in and breathe out. A lot of tightness through the neck and shoulders, especially if you're sitting or standing all day. We're not always seeking out wonderful, good posture until we may reach the mat and start practicing yoga. So then we might feel some muscle spasms through the shoulder blades, the sides of the neck, and all the way out, down through the shoulders, maybe even down the back. Switch up in the opposite direction. And if this doesn't feel good to you, you can always release the hands down to the mat or your thighs again. Breathe. Good, about 3 more. And 1 more. Reach the arms out to T. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, side stretch to your right, reaching beyond the crown of the head. But if you prefer, you could always leave the hand down at the thigh. Right? Releasing some tension through the side of the spine, reaching out. It's not about how deep you go into the pose. It's where you can align the body so that you can breathe. That's where you'll receive the most benefit. Good. 2 more breaths. Drawing that left sitting bone down as you reach out. 1 more big breath in. Full breath out. That's it. Inhale up to the top of the arms out to T. And then exhale, twisting to your right, releasing the hands down towards the mat, the floor, or maybe one of those hands is on your leg. See where you can maintain the nice length in your spine with the tailbone going down towards the earth and the crown of the head reaching up to the sky. A couple more breaths right here. Good. As you inhale, travel through the center, and then exhale, take that same side stretch to your left, reaching out beyond the crown of the head. Maybe smoothing out the elbow, the wrist, and the fingertips. Sometimes I see the palm face up. See about flipping the palm face down. Good. Notice if your ear is drawing in towards your shoulder, and can you pick it up? Really press away through that bottom hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. When in doubt, breathe. For the breath does the mind work, and the poses obviously do the physical work. And there you have your mind-body connection. That's it. Inhale up to the top, arms out to T. Exhale, rotating to your left. Releasing the hands down, using them as leverage to pick up out of the roots. Tailbone down, tummy in, lifting through the chest, and the crown of the head. Breathe. Good, one last breath. But if this is your tight side and it feels really good, then stay longer and meet wherever you see suited. As you inhale, unwind the head and the body falls. Take the hands slightly behind you, lean back and undo the legs. Point and flex the feet. Release some tension through the ankles and the toes. Roll it out a few times in each direction. Opposite as well. Breathe. Good. Let's make our way into tabletop on all fours. So maybe you have that blanket readily available or towel if you need that extra cushion for your knees. I do. Maybe you fold in the end of your mat to give you an extra cushion. Cat-cows. If you know what they are, you could go ahead and start them at any time, but I'm always here for extra guidance. So heels of the hands underneath the shoulders, spread the palms wide. Knees directly underneath the hip sockets, and even pressing down through the nail beds of the feet at hip socket distance. And as you ground down, inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, lifting the tailbone and the crown of the head up. Nice arch in the back, like happy cow. As you exhale, dome the back like a cat, looking back at the legs. And you repeat, inhale, up, exhale, round. Practicing your cat cows at least 3 more times. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. One more. Brilliant. As you come in for a neutral tabletop position, draw the shoulders back and away from the ears, tummy in. And slightly dome the upper back like that cat pose. That'll engage the muscles through your shoulder girdles. Slide the right foot behind you, toes on the mat, and rock forward and back. Releasing some tension from the back of the leg and through the sole of the foot and toes. A couple more times. Good. Then as you come in through the center, draw that knee towards your nose. And then kick up to the sky with the knee bent, point the toes and gaze forward. This is a little cat-cow here. Exhale in. And inhale up. One more time. Exhale in. And inhale up. Release that foot behind you. And then cross it over to the left. Gazing out there beyond the left shoulder. Press away through the heel as you press down through the hands, releasing some tension in the side of your right hip. Breathe in. Slightly dome the upper back. Breathe out. Draw the tummy in. One last cycle of breath right here. And release. Gazing towards the hands. Right foot on crosses. Take your right hand if need be and draw that right foot forward for a lunge. Front knee right on top of the ankle. Curl the back toes under and slide the knee back a little bit so you're forward of the kneecap as you untuck. Of course, keep the toes tucked in if you need that extra support. Come up to the thigh, gazing forward. Draw the shoulders back and down as you lift the torso up and back. Tummy zips in. Good. Reach the arms out, slow and with control, and up towards the sky. Little side stretch towards the right leg. So maybe you take the right hand to the thigh, and as you inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, create a little crescent shape of the body towards the right wall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhaling. Last breath in. And your full breath out brings you back upright. Little twist to the right. Reaches the left arm forward at shoulder height. As you may reach the right arm back. opening up the chest towards the right, long end of your mat, and slowly over time, inching the gaze towards the right, or maybe towards the back thumb. But if you lose your balance, it's perfectly normal. So you want to move slow, giving the nervous system a little bit of time to connect with your body. Good, last breath in, and full breath out. Inhale, and then exhale carefully. Take that left hand down, or the fist, or the fingertips. Line up the fingertips with the toes. Bring the right hand to your thigh. Press through both hands or fist. Inhale, lengthen out of the spine, and exhale, rotating to your right. And maybe you take that right arm up to the sky again. Over time, you line up wrist to wrist and line with the shoulders as if you were drawing an arrow across the heart. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, last breath in. And as you breathe out, carefully unwind. Gaze down towards your right foot. Curl the back toes under. Elevate your knee. Push off. Step forward as many steps as it takes. Inhale, halfway lift when you arrive. Hands to the shins, maybe to the thighs, maybe out to T today. Working on your core strength. Then as you exhale, fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to extend deeply through the spine that goes the head and neck. And as you're here and you're standing forward fold, open and close the hands. Open and close. Breathe. Make fists. Roll out your wrist a few times in each direction. That's it. Shake it out gently. Wrist, elbows, shoulders. Nod the head yes and no a few times. And then maybe you gather opposing elbows. Dangle at the center or swing. You're not trying to match exactly what I do. You're just finding an interpretation of the shapes in your own body. Breathe in, breathe out. Find the center, release the arms. Inhale all the way up, so bend the knees generously and slowly roll up, taking extra breaths along the way. Good, and as you arrive, reach the arms out and up, gather all that you need for tonight, and bring it into your heart and mind as you find your mountain pose, releasing the arms by the sides with the palms facing. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, reach the arms out and up above. Exhale, forward fold, reach the arms out and down and hug in. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale your own halfway lift, shoulders back, tummy in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees generously, take the hands down, step the right foot back, drawing the knee down. Fold the mat in if you need to, or use that blanket or towel. Slowly coming up, reaching the arms out and up. Maybe you make that pit stop at your thigh as you press through both feet firmly. Reach out, slow and with control, up to the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Left hand down carefully. Reach the right arm up. And exhale, side stretch to your left. Pause. Breathe. Press firmly through the front foot, especially the inner seam of the foot, and gently through the back nail beds. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, up to the top. And exhale, reach that right arm forward at shoulder height, carefully reaching the left arm back, or maintain the hand on the thigh, and respectively moving the head at a place where you can hold this balance, right? I'm like, oh my God, I have both feet on the mat and my body's wobbling. It's because it's windy, right? Breathe in and breathe out. One last one. Good. Carefully bring that right hand down. Maybe the left hand to the thigh. Using both hands as leverage to push away, lengthen the spine. And exhale, rotating the rib cage and maybe the neck towards your left wall. Ground through both feet. Hug that front knee in towards the chest. And maybe you reach up. Just a few breaths. Always keep the hand on the thigh. One side's a little different than the other. Last breath in. Full breath out. And as you inhale, unwind your head and your body solid. You did it, yay! Step up to the top of the mat, elevate the knee, push off, step forward, as many steps as it takes. When you arrive, not my words, inhale, halfway lift, your own variation. Exhale, fold, hug in, bend the knees as much as you need to. And inhale, come up through chair pose. So bend the knees, bring the arms out and up. Tailbone down, tummy scoops in a bit. Weave and weight through the toes and through the heels. Last breath in, and as you breathe out, your mountain pose. Hands at the center of the chest or by the sides with the palms facing. Inhale, cleansing breath. Exhale, open. And then eventually close the lips, breathe through the nose and out the nose. Brilliant. Bring the hands to your waistline. Be careful if you have that towel or blanket still there. I'm going to sweep mine to the side. With the feet hip socket distance, approximately 2 fist distance, bend the knees softly, gaze directly forward, maintain the gaze fixed. As you step the left leg back, anchor the heel down for a warrior one stance. Hips are squared, feet are anchored, back heel is pressing down, front knee right on top of the ankle. Good. Bring the hands and join them at the center of your chest. Lift the elbows, yet draw the shoulders back and down. We're going to take a little twist to the right towards the bent knee. So if you have the left leg, that's quite all right. Inhale, lift tall. And then exhale, rotate to your right, little by little, to the edge of your range of movement. So maybe you reach the arms out now. Maybe you place one hand on the hip and one hand on the thigh to modify. So wherever you're at, pull the mat apart with your feet to the short ends and reach the fingertips forward and back. See how far the neck wants to go. For anatomically, the neck goes the furthest or the farthest, 50 degrees of the 360 circumference. Another breath in and a full breath out. As you inhale, come back through the center, breathe in and breathe out. Pick up the back heel, push off, step forward. Half sun salutation, arms by the side. Gazing forward, inhale, lift your wings out and up. Maybe you look up or forward. Exhale, reach the wings out and down as you fold and hug in. Inhale, your own halfway lift, shoulders back, tummy in. Exhale, fold, hug in. Inhale all the way up through your chair pose, holding for a few breaths. Building strength in the ankles, the knees, the muscles surrounding the thighs. Tummy in, tailbone down. Good. One last breath in. And as you breathe out, find your mountain pose, arms by the sides. Now, if your knees say, hey, shake me out, then do that. Then find the feet, hip socket distance again. Bring the hands to the waistline, fix the gaze forward. Soften in the knees, takes the right leg back or whatever side you haven't done. Anchor the heel at a diagonal, square off the frontal hip bones to the top edge of your mat. Bend the front knee, maybe you stack it right on top of the ankle, maybe a little less if that's what feels best to you. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms out to T. Exhale, rotating to your left. And if you need to modify, left hand on the hip, right hand on the thigh. Maintain the chin along the horizon. If you would visualize that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pulling away through the feet. Pulling away through the arms and hands from the midline of the body. Good, that's it. Last breath in. Full breath out. And as you inhale, unwind your head and your body follows. Hands to the waistline, keep the gaze fixed, tummy zips in. Pick up the back heel, push off as many steps as it takes. Find your mountain pose, arms by the sides or at the heart center. Another half sun salutation, and we'll make our way down onto the tummy. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, gaze forward or up. Exhale, fold, standing forward fold, hug in. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Exhale, fold, hug in. Inhale, all the way up through your chair pose, nice safe route. But this time, straighten the legs, the arms up to the sky, and find your mountain pose once again. Perhaps a cleansing breath or two, breathing through the nose. Exhale, audible sigh. Good, inhale through the nose. Exhale, open, or maybe you're already reestablishing that ebb and flow of your breath with the lips closed. Let's make our way down. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, full tug in. Bend those knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Exhale, full tug in. Inhale, bend the knees generously. Take the hands or fingertips to the mat. Step back to plank or tabletop. Plank is the top of the push-up, and tabletop, as you know, the knees are down. But for this one, keep the toes curled under, and then begin to draw the knees, pelvis, chest, and head down. Slide yourself back onto the mat, and bring the forearms out in front of you. Think of a sphinx in Egypt, right? So arms are parallel to each other, elbows work towards underneath the shoulders as you gaze forward. You may even interlace the hands and press the big fist away as you lift up the chest and head, shoulders back and down. Feet are at hip socket distance. Tummy is drawing inward just a bit as the pubic bone and tailbone are pressing down. Breathe. Right there. Maybe you close the eyes. Perhaps you soften the gaze. Maybe you move the head from side to side. And again, just see what works for you. What feels good to you? I definitely like to rock my head from side to side as I draw my chin slightly in towards the chest. And I find other little areas that surround my neck that get a nice stretch. Eventually, finishing up, lifting the chest and head for another breath or two as you release tightness through the front body and build strength through the lower back. Carefully bring it down, arms by the sides, cheek to the mat. A little gentle wag of the tail from side to side, releasing the lower back. And here we'll practice locust pose. So, flip the palms face down, touching your mat or the floor. Separate the feet again at hip socket distance. Zip the tummy in, engage the core muscles, and also protect the lower back. Slide the forehead to the mat. Inhale, pick up the shoulders, the heart, the head, yet draw the chin in, and maybe you stay right here, pressing hands and feet down. Perhaps on the inhale, you pick up the legs, and maybe exhale, you pick up the arms. Reaching actively through the toes and fingertips while you breathe in and breathe out. 2 more breaths. Not forever, it's just a moment in time. Good, last breath in. And then while you breathe out, careful descent all the way down opposite cheek or whatever side feels good, and maybe the wagging of your tail felt nice to your lower back. Maybe stillness works best for you. Perhaps a cleansing breath or two. Eventually find the center. And let's practice child's pose together to really stretch out the back, the knees, and the ankles. So slide your hands underneath your shoulders or work towards the lower rib cage. Curl the toes under, big breath in, pick up to all fours, and then full breath out, seat to heels with a nice V of the knees. Take the seat back first, and then invite the upper body down. Maybe the arms are extended and the head descends to the mat comfortably. Maybe you need to create a little shelf so that you have a place to rest your forehead. Breathe in and breathe out. Stay there longer if you wish. Otherwise, slide the hands under the shoulders, pick up the body, take the hands one way, slide the feet out the other end as you extend the legs out in front of you. So I'm just scooching myself forward so I'm entirely in the middle of the mat for myself. And then press away through the heels. As you activate through the legs and the toes, it creates a better foundation. Then place the fingertips by the sides and pick up out of the root of your spine. There's various degrees of seated twist. Maybe it's the right ankle over the left, and that will give you plenty of space to get a deep twist here, right? Maybe you prefer the variation where you bend the knee and anchor the foot on the outside of the thigh. Most important thing is your sitting bones equally grounded, just as we did in the beginning of practice. Hugging with your left arm, right hand behind you, pause, inhale, lift out of the roots. Exhale, rotating to your right towards the bent knee or towards the top thigh. Taking the head just as far back as it feels good to you. Maybe here you close the eyes. Just notice any sensations that may bubble up to the surface. Maybe they're in the mind. Maybe they're in the body. Stay longer if you wish, otherwise cycle through one more breath. In, out, and as you inhale, unwind your hand, and the body follows. Same thing on the other side, release, maybe ankle over ankle, left over right, or thigh over thigh. Activate through the feet, left hand behind. Inhale, lift out of the lower back, and exhale, rotating, rib cage, shoulders, and last the head follows. Still active through the feet, and notice, are you forcing the body into the pose, or are you meeting your body where it is this evening? Breathe in and breathe out. That's it. As you inhale, unwind your head, and the rest of the body follows. Exhale. Cobbler's pose. Create a little diamond shape with your legs. Nice and broad, so pull the heels away from you. Good. Take the hands to the shins or the knees. Inhale, grow tall again, just like if you were going to twist. And then exhale, roll to the front of your sitting bones. When you find the edge of the fold, let go of the legs. Let go of the spine. Let go of the head. Just allow gravity to pull you down. No matter how deep the forward fold is, you still get a nice stretch through the ankles, the knees, and those muscles that break up and down the spine. Breathe. Breathe into the present moment. Exhale yesterday and tomorrow. That's it. When you're ready, flip the palms face down if they're facing up. Inhale, picking up little by little. Exhale at the top. Take the hands on the outsides of your knees as you assist the legs in closing the space. Take the hands by the sides and scooch your sitting bones up towards the top of your own mat. With the feet already hip socket distance, those two fist distance apart, draw the tummy in and keep the feet anchored. Maybe you roll down little by little, all the way down onto your back. Perhaps you walk yourself down little by little to find the back. I'm just going to turn around so I can see the clock. You're practicing bridge pose. So as you bring the arms by the sides, inch the fingers towards the heels of your feet and bring the heels closer to your glutes at that two fist distance, right? Right where the bones of your hip socket, if you would. Anchor down, hands and feet, big breath in, and as you breathe out, reach your tailbone towards the knees, peeling off the body, lifting it up towards the sky, as if you were a bridge lifting for sailboats to pass by. And breathe there. Maybe walking the arms closer together into the midline of the mat. And perhaps interlacing, pulling the fist to that space between your feet. So again, you're not looking for depth. You're looking for a place where you can breathe and it feels comfortable to you. It may be a little challenging. Last 2 breaths. Last breath in. And as you breathe out, release the hands, anchor them, and slow descent. Find a little pyramid with the legs. So knees together and feet travel out wider, creating the top of a pyramid. You're releasing the lower back gently. Place the hands on your abdomen. 2 cleansing breaths. Again. Perfect. Then reestablish that ebb and flow of your breath. A bridge pose is always nice to build strength in the back of the legs and release tension in the front of your body, especially through the abdominal wall. Stay here or set up for a second bridge pose. Arms by the sides, hands glued to the mat. Readjust, feet in closer, heel toe, knees hip socket distance apart. Big breath in, anchor feet and hands. Full breath out, lead the tailbone up towards the creases of your knees. Walk the shoulder blades together if available, working towards interlacing the hands or not. Tummy in. 3 more big breaths. And as you exhale, careful descent all the way down to the mat. Find that pyramid again as you walk the feet out a bit, knees together, hands transfer to your abdomen, cleansing breaths. Again. Eventually closing the lips, reestablishing that ebb and flow of your breath through the nose. And as you breathe here, hug the legs in towards the chest. Pause as the back stretches out. And maybe a little massage as you rock gently from side to side. That's it. Travel through the center. Place the hands to cup your kneecaps. Circle the knees in opposition. So separate, press away, draw them back together up through the midline of the body, completing two big opposite circles. As if you're stirring the heads of your femur bones in your hip sockets, mirroring the knees. And when I say mirroring the knees, mirroring in front of a mirror, so they're not going in the same direction, they just look like they are. When the knees come back together, opposite direction, press away, loop around, back together into the chest, and about 3 more. Preparing for supine pigeon pose. As you loop around 1 more time, place the left foot into the mat with the knee remaining bent, arms by the sides, anchor as you elevate the right foot up to the sky, press through the heel. Turn the toes out at a diagonal, bend the knee and place the ankle atop the left thigh. Maybe you stay right here, maybe this is enough of a stretch. Maybe you take both hands to both outer thighs and hug the legs in towards the chest. Perhaps you take the right hand through the space of the legs and interlace behind the left thigh. But what I look for when I'm in a live class is your head down on the mat with ease? Are your shoulders anchored to the mat with ease? Otherwise, readjust and find comfort in your own body. Then check in with your breath. Good. Press away through your heels. About 3 more breaths right here. You're doing amazing. Last breath in. And as you breathe out, carefully bring the legs down. Good. Maybe you cross the right thigh over the left completely. If you would imagine sitting yourself on a chair and crossing right thigh over the left. If that doesn't work for you for your twist, then feet and knees side by side. Slide the arms up to shoulder height, just like you did when you were standing, wrist to wrist across the chest. As you exhale, take the legs to the left wall, maintain the shoulders anchored as you rotate the head to the right wall for a full spinal twist. This twist more geared towards the lower body. Breathe. Life is a balance of what you will hold on to and what you will let go of. Breathe. Good. As you inhale, bring the head through the center. Squeeze the legs, tummy in, legs through the center. Exhale. Unwrap the legs. Arms slide down by the sides. Elevate the left foot for your supine pigeon. Turn the toes out at a diagonal, moving that femur bone in your hip socket. And then place the ankle atop the right thigh. Stay low. Maybe both hands on both outer thighs as you invite the legs in. Maybe the left hand through the space as you interlace behind that right thigh. Fire up the muscles as you press through the heels. Notice the shoulders and the neck. Are they comfortable, or do you need to readjust? Breathe. As you create an environment of calm and peace within yourself, this is the energy that you exude towards others. Oftentimes we forget the energy that we carry does affect others. So, therefore, the difference starts with you. Breathe. Carefully bring the shape of your legs down. Start sliding the arms up to shoulder height, palms up or down. Maybe crossing that left thigh over the right, or knees and feet side by side. When you arrive, breathe in, breathe out, twist the lower body to the right wall and the head towards the left. Nice full breaths from the crown of your head, down the length of your spine to your tailbone, and all the way up to the crown of the head again. Breathe. Beautifully done. As you inhale, head through the center, tummy in for a safe transition of your legs through the center. Unwrap if they're wrapped. Hug the knees back and towards the chest. And then elevate the legs and the arms up towards the sky. Soften the knees, soften the hands, almost like zombie hands, right? Allowing fresh blood flow into the shoulders, the hips, restoring the muscular energy of your limbs. Of course, you could come down at any time, but maybe you allow at least 3 more cycles of breath to transpire before you come into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. And that way you can assimilate the qualities of your practice. So slowly the arms anchored by the side, maybe press through the heels, tummy in, and slowly bring the legs to the mat. But if you need to bend the knees, then do that. Soft landing. When you arrive, finding comfort on your back, separate the ankles to the bottom 2 corners, press away through the heels, lengthen the tailbone down, readjust the pelvis, find comfort. If this isn't working out and you're still experiencing discomfort in your lower back, you could place that rolled up blanket underneath the knees. You may even bend the knees and find that pyramid with the knees together and the feet wide. Otherwise, flip the palms face up, walk the shoulder blades down, draw the chin in slightly, cleansing breaths to settle in. At least 2. Close the lips. Natural breath flows through the nose, in and out. There's nowhere to be. There's nothing to do. giving yourself at least a few minutes to relax, release, and let go. Stay here longer if you wish. Otherwise, deepening the breath, coming back into the awareness of your body and into the room. Maybe noticing the slight expansion and contraction as you breathe. Grateful for this breath that gave you life today. Wiggle the toes and wiggle the fingers. Maybe sway the head or the feet from side to side. Reach the arms over the head as you slide the ankles together. Point through the toes while reaching through the fingertips above. Relaxed, refreshed. Slide the feet in to meet the mat. Roll to your side body of choice, using that lower arm to cradle your head, leaving behind on the mat what doesn't serve you well, so that that space may be open for the joyful moments to come. Stay on your side if you wish, or carefully pick up from your side body to protect your back. Find your seat of choice with a tall spine. Bring the hands to your heart, where your intention grew from, as you allow the head to bow in, not only honoring your intention, but this time that you've created for yourself. As you breathe in and breathe out. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me.